Manga-Waido.
My name is Kengo Miyano. Since my house was poor, I didn't go to college and started working once graduating high school. I was hired into a company with terrible working conditions and was forced to work late into the night every day. My only comfort is Sayako, a girl I've been dating since high school. Sayako would make me lunchboxes for me that she would give every morning at the station, and on our days off, she would invite me to go walking with her to get some fresh air. To save money and to be with Sayako was my only encouragement and motivation. After 4 years of working for the company, I was finally able to save 1 million yen. Sayako, please marry me!
I'm happy. Please take care of me.
We got married and started living together in a new apartment. Sayako started working for a local company after graduating college, and combining our earnings, even though we couldn't afford a luxurious life, we were able to live a normal life. If we can keep saving money like this, we'll be in good shape for having kids anytime soon.
Yes, I can't wait to have babies.
However, even after 2 years, we weren't able to have children. Thinking it was strange, we investigated and found that the cause was Sayako. Sayako's uterus has a low implantation rate of fertilized eggs, and even if they did implant, the baby can't grow well because of poor developing condition.
Sorry, Kingo. It's all my fault.
Sayako, it's not your fault. Don't be sorry. And even if the chances are low, it doesn't mean that the possibility is zero. However, another 2 years and we were still not able to bear a child. One day,
Kingo, I'm done. Thank you for everything until now.
that's what Sayako said out of the blue one day. What are you saying?
You want kids, right? It's still not too late for you. Break up with me and marry someone else and have kids.
What are you saying? I have no intention of leaving you. What's wrong with not having kids? I'm absolutely fine just having Sayako. I was sincerely startled and was appalled that my lack of consideration made her mentally cornered to such a degree. After that, Sayako and I went out to various places to look for something we could enjoy as a couple. As usual, consecutive holidays were impossible to get at my workplace, so instead of going on a trip, we went to nearby places like zoos and aquariums, and enjoyed going to sightseeing spots as well. Gradually, Sayako regained her smile back.
It's nice to be able to go out together.
She would say that, and I was relieved to hear those words. It was around that time when it happened. I was at work when I received a phone call from my mom.
Kengo, oh dear God, Haruki and Natsumi were in an accident.
What? Haruki is a distant relative of mine who is the same age as me. We went to elementary, junior high, and high school together because we lived so close to each other. And even after entering the workforce, we would occasionally meet up and report on what was going on in our lives. You could say we were best friends.
Akina and Toya are both still small.
They had 2 children together. The older girl is 2 years old, and the younger boy is still a baby. On the day of the accident, Haruki and his wife had left them in the care of their aunt who lived nearby, and were enjoying a date for the first time in a while.
Haruki's parents are elderly and Natsumi's parents go to the hospital regularly.
What should we do? I don't want to put them in an institution. Hey, Sayako, do you think we could take care of them? I asked in a trembling voice after the funeral.
I was thinking the same thing. If everyone can let us.
Thus, we took in Akina and Toya. Soon after, I changed my job. I can't take care of children when coming home from work past midnight. And now that Sayako quit her job to take care of the kids, I can't send them to college with just my earnings. Haruki's family's life insurance was a very small amount, and that money is for the children. We could not use that. Looking for a job that I could come home early and at the same time pay a good amount, what caught my eye was a garbage collection job. It's a job commissioned by the city and has a monthly salary of 300,000 yen with a possible raise. I can mostly work on time with no overtime work. This is it! I applied immediately and was successfully able to get the job. The work required lots of strength, and of course, it was tough at first. But when I go back home, My lovely children are waiting for me. Saiko seemed to be having a tough time initially too, but
Having children is fun.
she would say that, and seemed I was able to see her smile more than before. Although far from being perfect, we raised them to the best of our abilities. The two of them grew up healthy without any major illnesses. But as expected, no matter how carefully we raised them, I learned that the rebellious phase is inevitable. After about 10 years, Akina started showing some rebellious attitude. I'm back!
Ew, it smells. Don't come near me.
Sorry. I did take a shower though.
Akina, Father is working hard to raise you guys. Please don't say things like that. Oh, be quiet! All my friends' fathers are working in good companies as cool businessmen. Our family's the only one doing such a dirty work of garbage collection. It's embarrassing! What are you saying? Our city is clean because our dad does garbage collection. Teacher said Dad's job is honorable work as well. Shut up! Shut up, both of you!
Being condemned by Saiko and Toya, Akina became uncomfortable being in the house and gradually began to come home late from school every day and spend the day at friends' house on the weekends. I'm so disappointing. Saiko, I'm sorry.
You are doing your best as a father. Akina's in her rebellious phase. Let's just watch over her for now.
I tried getting some advice from people at my work, but girls are like that. The phase will eventually end soon. That's all they said. So I trusted their words and decided to leave the situation alone. But then, that incident occurred. Oh, Akina, you're home. Are you hungry? I'm planning on having some snacks, so do you want to join?
Shut up! You stink! Don't get close to me! You talked to Rico yesterday at the supermarket? Why did you do that?
Seeing Rico unchanged since kindergarten, I just thought I could talk a bit.
Rico said your father smelled like garbage and I was so embarrassed.
That can't be. I didn't have work yesterday, so I shouldn't have smelled.
Don't ever talk to my friends again! A filthy man like you is not my father!
Being criticized by half-crying Akina, something within me snapped. Yeah, I should have figured it out. I've been trying my best to be a good father, but still. Yeah, you're right! I'm not your father! And you're not my daughter! Sorry that someone like me acted like your father. It must have been troublesome. I then began to distance myself from Akina. I didn't want to cause any more trouble to Akina, and I also didn't want to be hated by her any more than now. Then, a few weeks later, when I got up to go to the restroom during the night, I heard some commotion down in the living room. Taking a look at what was happening, Saiko and Akina were in the middle of an argument.
I didn't do anything wrong, did I? All I said was he stinks because he actually does. Do you have any idea why Kengo changed his job to the current one? You're gonna say that even after hearing his feelings? He changed his job because the previous one had low pay, right? He'll do any job if it's for the money. That is so pathetic. Why can't he do a normal job? It's for you guys. Kengo, he...
Saiko told her everything. Although we were planning to tell her once she was in high school, she told her everything then.
No way. We're adopted? Is that what he meant when he told me he wasn't my father before?
Yes, you're right. We're not your true parents. Sorry that we've kept it from you. We were planning on telling you once your rebellious phase was over.
Is it true that you changed your jobs for the sake of me and Toya?
Yeah, looking for a job that I can begin working fast, get paid well, go back home on time, and have time to take care of you guys. Current job was the best, but sorry that it caused you to feel embarrassed. After telling her that, she broke down into tears.
I'm so sorry. I actually didn't think it was embarrassing, but when I was in elementary, my friend said garbage collection is embarrassing. When I tried to talk back to her, we got in a fight and I got left out of the group,
So that's what happened.
If that's what happened, you should have told us.
Sorry, Akina. After that incident, Akina became more gentle. She would come home early and would talk normally with us at the dinner table. But later, something extremely happy happened to me. When I was working on my job that day, I saw Akina and her friends walking by. I thought she'd get mad if I started talking to her, so I ignored her and continued working.
Oh, Akina, isn't that your father? You're right. Gross. I feel so sorry for you, Akina, that he's your father. Don't say such mean things. If there was no garbage collectors, the city would be filled with trash. And on top of that, my dad takes care of me and my brothers so well. I'm so lucky to have such an amazing father.
She probably said that in a loud voice so I could hear it as well. Shocked by her words, I started crying loudly even though I was in the middle of my work. Akina was hardcore cringing at me seeing me cry though. Later, we also told Toya that we were not his true parents, and we took Akina and Toya to visit Haruki and Natsumi's grave. We then took them to see their real grandparents as well. Since they only saw their grandchildren through pictures, they were thrilled to see them in person. Raising children may seem like a normal thing, but it actually is a very difficult task. I'm sure there'll be many more challenges in our way, but I will not run away from it, and will face it with all my heart and soul. Haruki and Miss Natsumi, please watch over us from the heavens. We promise that we'll raise your children well.